Lorena, you too sort of took a bet on yourself in both a financial way to take the investment in education, but to do something that you'd never done before. Can you talk just a little bit about sort of maybe where you got the inspiration for that risk taking? And Rebecca will come back to the 60-40 split in 1 second.
Sure. I mean, I guess one of my big inspirations was a friend and mentor of mine who had done a similar career transition about 5 years before me. So just seeing that it was possible made it a little bit less scary. But at the end of the day, I just couldn't. I didn't feel good about coming out of this pandemic in the same place I went into it. And where did I see myself coming out of it if I didn't do something big, even if it was scary, even if it was a risk? I was going to be doing, I was still going to be doing admin work, which is a completely important and admirable job, but it was not, it wasn't for me. So even though it was scary, it felt like something that really had to be done. And, I had just enough money in savings to pay the tuition. So was that a big risk? Because yes, you don't know how much longer unemployment is going to hold on, like if you're going to be able to get a job fast enough to make your rent. But if I didn't do it, I felt like I was going to be stuck in the same place, which was a place where I was not happy in my career. Mm-hmm. So even if it was scary, it felt like a no-brainer.
Yeah. No, and I love that. I think that one of the things I talk to candidates about in any of the searches that I work on is this idea that if you're running away from something, it's really hard to make objective and informed decisions because you're desperately trying to leave something as opposed to really being passionate about moving forward. And I think that when we think about any form of career transformation, whether it's investing in education or making a pivot into a different space in the market, it's what is it about the opportunity that is driving you towards it, as opposed to what is it you don't like about where you are that's making you leave it. And so I think having that perspective, it just allows us to say objectively, I can see why this would be a good decision for me. And it allows you to then, the point that was made earlier about the fact that we're interviewing when we're going to any meeting. It's not just the company interviewing us, and it's really making sure that we know in our being what it is that's important, both from a cultural perspective and a role perspective and a growth and opportunity perspective. And so I think to Lorena, to take the investment in your education to then be able to move into what is an incredibly creative field that you may not have thought had been, it was running towards something that's really compelling and really powerful.